Hello, peeps. I'm still SkinnyBob, your favorite whistleblower from the bunker. Today's episode is packed with unsettling truths. Real leaked photos of extraterrestrials, tech that defies known physics, and a few things they definitely don't want you to see. If you're not ready to question reality, now's the time to turn back.
We're going to try to find out how it levitates. We know, for example, that this sphere can change the hardness of the structure. We know it changes the temperature of the structure. What it means, why the sphere, when it came down, weighed 2 kilos, and then 6 kilos, and then 9 kilos, and then 10 kilos. We need to know. We have some ideas how this happens, but we need to know for sure.
A lot of people out there are saying, why don't you just cut this thing in half and see what's inside?
Never, ever, over my dead body.
Why?
No, because if you do that, you destroy it. You destroyed all of this just to look inside. Try to find a way to look inside without hurting the sphere. The sphere is going to be kept as is forever, at least until I die. If someone after I die wants to cut it, I won't be able to stop it.
Are there any other tests that they're doing right now?
Mr. Greer took samples of the metal. They are going to try to find if the isotopes inside the metal are from Earth or from somewhere else. And the carbon-14 analysis to know how old it is are two very important details that probably in the next few weeks we will have more information about that.
Some of the whispers I've been hearing around here suggest that this might actually be part of Bluebeam. Whether the scientists working on it even realize it, who knows? I don't claim to know anything for sure anymore. But honestly, what can you believe these days?
It's the mothership they warned us about. This video is massively creepy for 2 reasons. It's not just a normal UFO video. The first reason, it could only be picked up on an infrared camera, meaning this could be all around us right now and we could not see it. And 2, it's mad creepy because this UFO, whatever it is shooting out a whole bunch of other smaller ones right out of under it. Be right back. Back to that thing in a minute. Did y'all see this 1999 interview of an employee of Area 51 saying that we will not be able to know about these things until 2025? The more of this video you listen to, the crazier it'll get.
Tell me what's happening out there. And he said, well, there's a lot of things that are going on there that I won't be able to tell you until the year 2025. But we have things in the Nevada desert that would make George Lucas envious.
I'm sorry, what year is it right now? And all the pieces are coming together perfectly for what they call aliens. Now hear me out on this. Do you guys remember like last year when the Pentagon came out and they said that there was a mothership in our solar system? And do y'all also remember when they said that there were fleets of these things heading to us a few months ago and people did not even believe them? They said they're full of crap and nothing would happen? Yeah, well those crazy people were right. And the craziest part of this whole thing is what Stephen Greer said that he's going to release in a few days. And talking about protecting people that come forward.
The information they're going to give me as they come forward, I'm going to hand off to every celebrity and every media outlet and every influencer I know. It's got to be seen by several billion people within a few days. The reason for it is that this summer he came to my place in Washington. And he says, we don't want to risk our lives and our families' lives. And
what is he getting ready to drop by the end of January? And further, where are they going to say that these things are coming from? I encourage everyone to look very deep into who this guy really is. I'm telling you guys, this year is going to be like no year that we have ever even seen before. Oh, before I forget, y'all are going to need to know this. There is power in the name of Jesus. Just remember that. Why? You'll see.
As you can clearly see, Project Bluebeam has been in the works for a long time. And now, it's live. This is only the beginning.
Right, I want you all to listen to me very, very carefully, right? For those of you older, you know what's going on. New gen, okay, listen. This is the beginning of something called Bluebeam, Project Bluebeam, right? It starts with the fear factor, okay? Something external is coming to attack said place here, right? Problem. Now, they will offer you a solution. UFOs around the world, Matt, and many others in the sphere will all say, if they give you a solution, i.e., get on these buses, we will save you, let's go, we'll take you to this location, you'll all be safe, follow us. Do not, and I repeat, do not get on anything that they suggest or give you any sort of hand or a scapegoat. Alright? You heard it from me. Entertainment purposes only. Alright? This is the beginning, and I urge you, look at Bluebeam urgently. Now, I've got an interview with a professor called Dr. Avi Lee, and he's going to be with us on Sunday from 7:30 p.m. GMT, who is a researcher on this interstellar object that is coming into our solar system, and a lot of his research to do with this possibly being something else beyond. He's going to be live on this channel next Sunday, 7:30, with me, Mark Christopher Lee, and UFO Shiv. So come along, listen to what he's got to say, and he will be talking about this whole situation that is spreading like wildfire right now, okay? And again, do not get on anything or follow anyone where they try and ask you or tell you that you will be safe. Do the complete opposite. Project Bluebeam, look at it.
Like I've said before, I keep hearing whispers out here in Nevada all the time. But honestly, I didn't think they'd move forward with Project Bluebeam this quickly. Now there's no doubt. It's happening. Just wait until you've seen this entire episode. Then leave me a comment and tell me what you think, because this doesn't look good, folks. That's the harsh truth. Let's keep digging.
Some footage from the Varginha UFO incident of 1996 has just surfaced online, which features an alien corpse. Check this out. There's about 4 minutes of footage that was posted online anonymously, and it features some very strange things, and I'm going to freeze frame some segments for you, and it shows some alien corpses, and this guy is freaking out. There's no sort of sound linked to this clip. Look at this thing, bruv. It looks like the depiction of what the people saw in Varginha. He freaks out, starts running off, and then he comes back and focuses in on it, right? For those of you that don't know the situation of Varginha, let me just kind of break it down and what actually happened there, right? And then I'll post some stills and compare some of the footage. So, in January 20, 1996 in Varginha, a city in Minas Gerais, Brazil, I probably pronounced that wrong, local residents reported seeing a strange cigar-shaped UFO emitting smoke and making unusual movements in the sky. Right, creatures were sighted. 3 young women claimed they saw a strange creature, about 4 feet tall, brownish oily skin, large red eyes, thin limbs, and a large head, which is shown here, of this creature here, and it's incredibly detailed and very weird. As you can see there, it's got a large head, it's got these kind of beady eyes as well, its skin is looking very oily, and it kind of goes in as well, and you can just see this a little bit closer, and I'll show you once it kind of pops up. So, Brazilian military and firefighters reportedly arrived at the scene shortly after the creature was sighted. Witnesses claimed to see military trucks collecting wreckages and possibly the creature itself. So this is part of apparently the process of what they retrieve from the forest. Look at the state of that thing, mate. Right, I'm gonna get to the free frames for you now. Here's a still frame of the creature itself. Now we've got like a ridge going over its head, its large bulbous head, it's got large eyes, red in nature, oily skin, darker skin as well, that the eyewitnesses reported when all of this stuff was happening in and around Varginha, right? Now I'm gonna compare it to Dr. Reed's encounter, and there was one that happened in 1996, the same year that this kicked off. Dr. Reed claimed he was hiking with his dog, and his dog ran ahead and encountered a small alien being. The dog attacked the being, and the alien allegedly unalived the dog with a strange weapon. Then Dr. Reed struck it over the head and basically bludgeoned it. And on its earliest point where Dr. Reed documented this being, it was white coloured in nature. Now, later, when they kind of took this back, it got analysed. The skin changed, and then when they were kind of inspecting the being itself, they opened its eye and it had a red eyeball, kind of like what we saw with this one here, which is kind of interesting. In many other cases, we do have these kind of things to do with the skin changing on these creatures when they're found to be deceased, whether that's early on versus later on. The colour change and the pigmentation of their skin changes quite a lot. So it's almost like how octopus and cuttlefish, you know, change skin after when they versus when they're alive versus when they perish. They change quite drastically. So I don't know, maybe there's something there, but it's very interesting and very, very weird, and it's just another strange thing to kind of come out of nowhere and put some more question marks into this whole entire scenario that took place. So, I don't know, mate. What do you guys think? This is kind of crazy.
This might be one of the most convincing alien videos I've seen, aside from myself, of course. It looks authentic, and when you compare it to this sketch, drawn based on a witness description from a case in Brazil, it's eerily identical. Take a look at this screenshot I pulled from the clip, but I can't help wondering, why is this video being made public now, right when we're also seeing clear signs of Project Blue Beam in motion? Of course, that's just speculation on my part. I'll leave it up to you to decide. And if anyone out there has more info on this case, drop it in the comments. I want to know what you know.
Nuclear test sites and nuclear blast footage that we have of these nuclear test sites and them doing nuclear tests there, nobody ever thought to question how the cameras didn't get melted in the footage.
This is an older conspiracy. Maybe there's somebody talking about it, but it's not just melted. They didn't just melt. You see this house, well, multiple camera shots. There's multiple incidents of them testing on nuclear bombs, but this house has so much force, it disintegrates it. And then it does two forms. It's the initial blast and then the vacuuming. But the camera doesn't move. It's still. Like that much power, nothing moves. Even if it was far away and it zoomed in, you're gonna have vibrations. But this camera's like absolutely still. And the other weird part about it is the scaling. When you look at it close, it's almost obvious that this is a micro scale.
Yeah, that's what they were saying too. It looks very small and tiny. Honestly, I've never heard of that before. I always thought it was some of the coolest footage because I've always been, attracted to power. When I saw it, I was like, I never thought of it like that either. But it's the same stuff as like the moon landing stuff. What do we do with the cameras? Cameras are just apparently impervious. Unless, here's another possibility. There could have been, in these test sites, there could have been a force field.
I had to include this one too, because honestly, I find it really interesting. That image right there, it's actually the easiest one to debunk. Take a look. I'm going to show you two screenshots from the same clip. Image 1, nothing behind the house. Image 2, suddenly, a car appears. Now that really makes me wonder. What if the whole atomic bomb story is fake too? Just another fear tactic to keep us living in constant panic about Russia or some other made-up American threat coming to destroy our planet? Think about it. Fear is a powerful weapon.
And in this video, I'm going to be exposing Rainn Wilson for being a Satanist. Everybody probably thinks of him as the funny guy from The Office. But I'm about to prove otherwise. With the intro out of the way, let's get right into the video, shall we? On Rainn Wilson's Twitter account, he has posted some very concerning things regarding humans, and so disturbing in fact that I don't even want to read some of them. One goes like this. How many clowns does it take to screw in a light bulb? Answer, 12. 1 to screw it in, and 11 to keep 1 human babies. Another one says, what about human baby? Retweet what I should eat for dinner. I am thinking pasta. Pasta symbolizing a little. In the 2014 film Cooties, Rainn Wilson plays as a PE teacher at a school called Fort Chicken Elementary. As we have found out, a chicken to the elites is a child to us. Elijah Wood also played a role within this film. And coincidentally, Elijah is known for outing Hollywood's problem. He has also been spotted with known Satanists that I have exposed before, including Stephen Colbert, Conan, and Will Ferrell within a Masonic video for the Beastie Boys. Knowing that a chicken to the Hollywood elites is a child makes this even more disturbing. What's the purpose of emulating having intimate relations with a chicken? I'll leave that for you to decide.
This makes me sick to my stomach. There's no doubt anymore what this man and the rest of Hollywood are involved in, and yet we let it happen. These aren't just twisted individuals. They're protected by the media, protected by the elite. Why? Because they are the media, the elite, the legal system. I've spent time in prison here in Norway, and let me tell you something most people don't know. In Norwegian prisons, and in many across Europe, people convicted of certain crimes are given extra protection by law. That's not a theory, that's a fact. Meanwhile, I battled addiction for years. I've lived on the streets. I've been through hell. And when I ended up in prison, did I get protection? Not at all. I had enemies everywhere. I had to survive. But what really makes me angry isn't even that. It's that people still don't see the bigger picture. They're testing us. They want us to see this stuff. They want us to be exposed to it in the news, on social media, everywhere. Because the less we react, the more programmed we've become. If we don't say something now, it escalates. Because for people like this, it's never enough. This isn't random. It's a game, a ritual, a power play. Let me give you an example. Take Diddy and all the disturbing rumors around him. It's not about attraction. It's about shame, about breaking someone. That's what turns it into a ritual. We need to wake up, all of us. See through this fake left versus right mind game they're playing. Division is their greatest weapon. Seriously, have there ever been any changes? It's the same fucking team. But if we stop hating each other over race, gender, or politics, their ritual collapses. They feed off conflict. They thrive on pain. And the most vulnerable, especially confused young people, are the ones they sacrifice. Instead of turning on each other, let's support one another. Let's help people through their struggles, not push them deeper into chaos. Think about it seriously. This is real, and it's happening.
We have both seen the film that was taken out of the Dulce facility. Why would somebody make pictures like this showing the creation of some sort of alien being? And this is a facility. This is a facility that's run by the United States government. I mean, with your tax money. Hamilton talked about the Dulce facility. I've also heard about, genetic engineering programs at Area 51.
There's no question that Dulce exists. I was the one that kind of led the research on that. I was at a meeting in Crestone, Colorado, and Tom Adams handed me a letter from a lady who lives in Las Vegas, and she was the one that tipped us off that this thing existed. So I talked to her, and she knew the location of some photos and videotape that had been taken inside Dulce by a guard who escaped during what they call the Dulce Wars of 1979. He used to contact her every 6 months, and he said, if I ever miss contacts 2 in a row for a year, you can go after this box, which they had hidden somewhere here in Nevada, that contained 6 minutes of videotape, 25 black and white photos, and some other documentation about what went on in Dulce. About 2 years ago, he did turn up missing. We never heard from him. And I think there was like 12 or 13 attempts after the box, but it had been hidden maybe at least 10 years ago in the terrain and the foliage, and everything changed. I don't think they ever got it out.
He said on level 5, he'd walk on by and people would be in cages and screaming and begging for help, and he's told to walk straight on through and not look or pay attention. Yeah. These people are all mad.
I heard that. And then from another source, Air Force engineering source, I heard that when he went there, they referred to it as Section D. And then Bob heard it referred to when he was up at the tip site just once. And somebody mentioned something about it being shipped to Dulce. But that's the only reference he ever heard to it.
Now, I call these, the guys who are working in the facility as Igors, the invisible government's obedient robotons. But it really is a Frankenstein factory.
You see it now. Human cloning and twisted experimentation have been happening for far too long. Just wait. 2025 is going to reveal a lot of answers. The only problem? If more people don't wake up very soon, it might already be too late.
If you want undeniable evidence of the fallen angels, you don't need to look far. Just study anything labeled, well, ancient alien theory, the temples, the giants, the sky gods who descended and gave man forbidden knowledge. Mainstream media calls it myth. Ancient astronaut theorists call it alien, but the truth is far older and far more dangerous. This is not science fiction. This is the echo of a war in heaven. Long before the rise of Babylon or Egypt, before the flood wiped the slate of the earth, there were watchers, angels assigned to guide humanity, guard creation and report back to the Most High, but they fell. Drawn by lust and pride, 200 of them descended to Mount Hermon. They made a pact. They would take human wives. They would create their own kingdom. From their unions came the Nephilim, giants of unspeakable power. They enslaved mankind, devoured creation, and ruled as gods. But they gave more than tyranny. They handed man the keys to corruption. They taught us enchantment and sorcery, war and weaponry, astronomy twisted into astrology, beautification for seduction, abortions and root-cutting, the secrets of heaven sold to man for vanity and blood. What modern scholars call, technological leaps in ancient civilizations, what conspiracy theorists might call alien upgrades, was in truth the kingdom of the fallen. They built empires of stone, cities aligned with the stars and altars soaked in blood, the pyramids, the ziggurats, the megaliths too precise for Bronze Age hands. They ruled and God intervened. The flood was not just about wicked humanity, it was about the abominations that walked among us, the giants, the watchers, the dark knowledge. God chained the leaders of the rebellion in the abyss. The Nephilim bodies drowned, but their spirits remained, disembodied, wandering, what we now call demons. But here's the part they don't tell you. Their kingdom never truly ended. Christ warned us, as it was in the days of Noah, so it shall be at the coming of the Son of Man. And look around. We are reviving the sins of the watchers. They still whisper to us as we edit genes, as we worship the stars. We manipulate creation itself in the name of progress. The same spirits whisper again, sometimes from altars, but also from labs, screens and pulpits. The evidence is overwhelming if you're willing to see it. Ancient alien theory is not nonsense. It's misdirection. It points to real beings, real events, but gives them a new name so you'll never trace them back to the truth. The fallen angels are not gone. Their legacy is in your textbooks. Their ruins are under your feet. Their message echoes through your media. But so does the warning. You are not just living in history. You are walking in prophecy. Their kingdom is rising again. But so is the kingdom of God, and only one will remain.
Ancient aliens theory is honestly one of my favorite rabbit holes, and honestly, it makes the most sense to me. I'm going to dedicate an entire episode to this soon, because there's so much we need to take a closer look at. It might help people find the answers they're looking for right now. Governments have been dropping subtle hints for a while now, suggesting the Anunnaki are returning to Earth, supposedly to fight us. Trust me. If they were really coming, we wouldn't stand a chance. But maybe that's the whole point. They want us afraid. I'm safe down here in my bunker. But if what we're seeing is truly Project Bluebeam taking shape, I seriously recommend that anyone who can, get off grid. Take your kids. Go where they can't find you. We're heading into a twisted chapter. I wish all of you the best. I'll keep reporting what I see and hear from down here as long as I can. But don't take my word for anything. Look into it yourself. Do your own research. Come to your own conclusions. But always remember, when the government and the elite tell you they're here to protect you, run! We've all seen enough to know that's not how this works. They want more control, more chaos, more rituals. It's always a game. That's all I've got for today. To those of you who stayed with me through the whole episode, thank you. Please help me spread this message here on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. whatever it takes to make this information reach more people before it's too late. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. Ciao.